Jalen, just tell me about what your experience was late in the game as they're making that big run and kind of what it took to hold them off.
Just taking it one play at a time, regardless of what was going on. They're the number one team for a reason, so they're going to make runs. And they did a good job, executing down the stretch too. So did we. We kind of were able to hold the lead that we had. And, I thought we made some big plays down the stretch, even though it got a little sloppy for us. And we were kind of able to just kind of buckle down and kind of move on to the next play.
I think Shea gave you a screen on that big shot late over Tatum. Tell me about those actions and have a guy, MVP candidate, who's making those types of plays for your team.
He understands that by him screening and him kind of being in the action sometime as fall stuff opens up the floor. You've kind of seen the way we play. Even if I can't get a shot off, it just gives him more space to kind of maneuver around. And I think we've all kind of done a good job of that. And he understands, kind of giving himself up to get a better shot. And, just kind of the way we play, like the ball kind of finds him regardless, and he understands that. So, just able to make a play for me, and I was able to kind of repay the favor.
Jalen, thinking back to last week and change, you started some fourth quarter relatively well. I wonder if there's something that's maybe helped you in a change in comfortability, or just what went well for you to start fourth quarter recently?
Guys are hitting shots. I'm finding them. I think we're doing a good job of getting stops too, and I feel like that's kind of fueling our offense for me to kind of get out and transition and kind of keep them on their toes that way. But defensively, I thought we done a really good job coming out in the fourth, kind of treating it like that first 5 minutes of the first quarter too. But yeah, we're playing really unselfish in that group as well. We kind of understand that sets the tone for kind of the rest of the game, how it'll be. So we've definitely had those like first 5 minutes in each quarter kind of in the back of our head is something that we want to attack, and I thought we've done a really good job of that.
You mentioned Shea and some of those reads. What's it maybe say about where you guys are? They throw Tatum on him, it disrupted things a little bit. He doesn't make a shot in the fourth, and you guys are able to kind of withstand that run because other guys are making plays.
Like I said, he's willing to give himself up for us to get a good shot. We've had a multitude of guys hit big shots down the stretch. Lou got a tip in, gets free throws. Chet hit a three, and I think Shea actually passed it to him. So just him being in action, draws a lot of attention, and he's making the right read regardless if it's him shooting it or him kind of getting off the ball. He's had a really good steady dose of that, and the shots he shoots we're pretty comfortable with him shooting them because he averages a lot of points. So
just mentioned attacking the first 5 minutes of each quarter. Third quarter, you guys really put some distance between you guys and them. What do you feel like was one of the main reasons for that?
Stops and rebounding. I thought that group did a good job of kind of getting out in transition from our stops. I don't even know if we out rebounded them, but I think just there was a couple plays in a row where we were able to hold them to one stop, and we come down and generate good offense. Everybody's kind of touching the ball, moving without the ball, kind of doing stuff like that. And I thought we got good shots, and then obviously when you get good shots and you hit them, it makes the game a lot easier.
And then more than his numbers being good, Josh's confidence and decisiveness seems to have really changed. Have you seen anything change from him in the last few weeks?
He's making shots, but I honestly, like, even the beginning of the year, he wasn't not making shots. He was shooting around like 35, 36%. But he's in the gym every day shooting and getting extra reps. So it's not really a surprise as it is to me. You watch him put in the work and do that. We kind of just been his ear about shooting him with confidence and not really letting how people were playing him affect his shot. And he's done a great job of that, just shooting him with confidence. When we work our offense and he gets that look, we want him to shoot it. He's knocking them down, so not really a shock for me.
Jalen, you guys have been winning a lot recently by wide margins. I know you didn't want them to let them back in the game tonight, but is it good for you that you did? And one more experience of going through, tough stretch in the last couple of minutes?
It's just basketball. They're going to hit shots that we won't, and then vice versa. That's just kind of how it is, especially with how good they are. So I wouldn't say it's like, us letting them back in or anything, but it is good to have close games, especially, this January stretch. You're going to have like a lot of dog days with how January it is. So it's always good to kind of have these tests early so we know what we want to do later down the season.
Dub, this year Mark has talked about Shea being the leader of this team. He's talked about Kenrich being the soul, as he called it. With you, you're very demonstrative in how you play. You're the first guy jumping up to dap up guys after a big bucket. Would you say that you're the emotional leader of this team? And then what kind of, like, I don't know, responsibilities come with that if you do feel that way?
Nah. I'm just having fun. We have a good group of dudes. Like, I enjoy being around them a lot. And I feel like, good energy, kind of transcends through the team. So regardless of how I'm playing, I think it's just important for me to, kind of have that high spirit. I feel like Jay Will is kind of the same way. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun watching everybody play well, and we're all going through life, so it's cool to watch other people succeed. And I feel like that's something that the team just kind of carries in general.
And just like with the Athletic, you guys are one game back of number one in the West. Over 30 games in. Is that something you guys thought was possible heading into the season?
We don't think anything isn't possible. I just think we kind of came into the year as understanding that we could play with everybody. Just trying to win games at the end of the day. Most importantly, kind of just grow through the season. Obviously, that's kind of leading us into the point we are now, but I don't think we're too worried with the standings and kind of where we fall at that. It's just more about kind of getting better each game, kind of learning, how to get better through it. Like, we had a pretty sloppy stretch where they got back in the game from some of our mistakes. So I think we're just trying to learn how to kind of cut a lot of that stuff out to be the best team we can be, and wherever we kind of fall within that is where we are.
You guys ever talk about why tech free throws are so hard?
It's different when when nobody's up there, and it's hard. It's kind of hard to shoot. I don't think I've shot any, so I can't give you too many.
You guys notice
points.
though, everybody, whoever, doesn't matter who it is, like.
Yeah, I think it's like a both ends thing. There are teams that miss techs too. I think just flow of the game. They're kind of awkward. Nobody's up there at the line with you, so definitely harder than a regular free throw.
Do you want to have one or should we go check?
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Jalen, has Mark talked about the concept of artists versus scientists to you?
Nah.
Okay. I'll let him talk you through that.
Oh God. I'm not even gonna bring it up. If you don't bring it up, I'm not gonna.